Okay, guys, I'm here to give you my WWE RAW review for June 16th, 2014. For those of you that didn't watch my Let's Play yet, you haven't seen a Slammiversary review because I flat out didn't feel like watching the pay-per-view. The stream wasn't working one, and I just didn't care anyways. It really just felt like a force. I didn't really feel like it. I just made that Let's Play instead, so that's why. Now I want to kind of get through this quickly, but I'm probably not going to because I want to go to bed because I've been up since like 6 because I had to work today. So let's just go off the cups in my head. I ended up, by the way, getting a new laptop. I'm not filming it off my laptop right now because I don't remember what the password is, but I'm gonna get the password this week. It starts out, we get JBL, Michael Cole, and Jerry the Kid Lawler on commentaries, I should mention. It starts out with like a big announcement. The Authority, which is Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, come out, and they have all the guys stand out on the stage. Everyone on the roster except for Bray Wyatt, Cody Rhodes, Goldust. I didn't see them out there, and I don't think I saw Randy Orton out there. And they just insult Daniel Bryan. They apologize that you didn't get like an active champion. You fight to be champion and you couldn't even become a champion because you didn't have an active champion. So they put everybody in a 20-man. Well, I didn't really feel like it was 20 guys because of that cleanup they did with their roster. It felt like that the car lowered. The guys lowered down. But they're gonna put those guys. Actually, I didn't see Big Show out there, I should mention too. But they're gonna put a bunch of guys in a battle royal, and the winner will qualify for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship ladder match. And Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns can't be in it because they keep defying authority, and John Cena can't be in it. He needs John Cena to help because if Daniel Bryan was able to compete at Money in the Bank, he would have defended his WWE World Heavyweight Championship against Kane in a stretcher match. So they want to have a stretcher match, so they put John Cena and Kane in a stretcher match, and then Kane's music goes off as if like he's coming out, but instead they just bring out the stretcher from an ambulance, and then Kane just comes out and has a face off. It's like, what the fuck was that? They wasted 15 minutes doing that. Then we got the first match. It was Seth Rollins versus Dolph Ziggler. Great match. Good back and forth stuff. Dolph Ziggler ended up doing a sleeper hold. He did the Fameasser. Seth Rollins went for the turnbuckle, and then Dolph Ziggler counted into like a sunset flip kind of move. And then Seth Rollins though ended up hitting the turnbuckle bomb on Ziggler. He beat the shit out of him afterwards, hit the turnbuckle bomb again, and hit the double stomp, and he was about to go for the victory, but then Dean Ambrose ran out, and he attacks Seth Rollins, fights him off, and then Dean Ambrose says he wants to fight Seth Rollins. He wants him to come out into the ring and fight him, and Triple H says, you want to fight, but I'm afraid I got some bad news for you. You gotta fight Bad News Barrett right now. And Dean Ambrose is in street clothes. He's not in his wrestling gear. He's in flat out street clothes, so he's not really prepared to wrestle. The thing actually I want to mention, by the way, is because I think the Shield's broken up because Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose weren't together tonight, and Dean Ambrose, when they played his music, because they do play his music eventually, it wasn't the Shield's music. It was the Shield consisted, by the way, of Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, and Roman Reigns. When they played it, it was like his own music. So I think the Shield's broken up, but they still wrestle in like Shield attire. So I don't know what's going on with that. But we get the match between Ambrose and Barrett, and this was a great match. Ambrose ends up using the Street Fighter skills, and then Bad News Ambrose dives on Barrett. Bad News Barrett clotheslines Dean Ambrose off the top rope, and he lands shoulder first on the floor, and then Bad News Barrett just begins working on that shoulder of Ambrose, and then he makes a comeback, beats the shit out of him, hits DDT, Barrett kicks out of it, hits the Winds of Change, Barrett kicks out of that. Well, Ambrose kicked out of that, and then Seth Rollins comes back out, and Ambrose fights him off, dives on both Barrett and Rollins, and then he brawls with Rollins in the crowd, and Barrett gets back in the win, and Ambrose doesn't make the 10 count back in the win, so then he attacks Barrett and hits Dirty Deeds on him. That's his headlock driver move, and has a face down with Seth Rollins afterwards. So I thought this was pretty good stuff. That I think they're obviously setting up a feud between Rollins and Ambrose, which I think is fine. They're gonna tear the house down when they have a match at Money in the Bank. And then we got the next match. But to be honest with you, I don't even remember what the next match was. Roman Reigns is backstage, and Vicky Guerrero is getting coffee for the Authority. And Roman Reigns wants him to be in the Battle Royal. He says Vicky's a beautiful girl, kissing up to her obviously, and he says that if you put your foot down, they will respect you. And then Roman Reigns was like, you don't want to be getting the coffee forever, do you? And then Vicky Guerrero forgot to grab sugar. And then Roman Reigns puts something in, hides and acts like he's putting something in one of the coffees. And then Vicky Guerrero grabs the coffees and sneezes again. I wonder if she's going to be sneezing a lot. I don't know. And then we got Bray Wyatt with Luke Harper and Eric Rowan versus Sheamus. Bray Wyatt says that he once he gets the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, he's gonna have power, and the same thing is gonna happen for Luke Harper and Eric Rowan when they get the tag team championships. Because we found out that the Usos with Jimmy and Jay, the Usos, are gonna defend the WWE Tag Team Championships at Money in the Bank against Luke Harper and Eric Rowan of the Wyatt family. I think that's awesome. And he talks about how they'll have power too. And then Sheamus comes out and says that you don't have the whole words in your head because I'm going to take my foot and kick you in your face. They have a match. The match was going pretty good. And then Sheamus is getting cornered by the Wyatt family. And then the Usos went out to even the odds. And then the match continues. And Sheamus is getting ready to finish off Bray Wyatt. And Harper and Rowan interfere, and it's a disqualification. I didn't really like that because I'm not a big fan of disqualifications. I thought that was dumb. And then the Usos make the save though, and then Sheamus ends up hitting Rolling Thunder on well, not Rolling Thunder, but that spin. He picks him up over his head and does the spin move. It's not really called the Rolling Thunder. And then he grabs a ladder. Harper and Rowan had grabbed a ladder, and the Usos kick it in the face. And Sheamus uses the ladder on them, and then the Usos dive on Harper and Rowan off the ladder while Sheamus is under it. I thought that was awesome. So I thought that was good, but I didn't like the fact that this match ended off a disqualification. It was awful. Next match. The Authority is backstage, and the Vicky Guerrero hands them both their coffee. Stephanie McMahon takes it, but Triple H bumps into Vicky, and she spills the coffee on herself. And Triple's like, "Come on, Vicky, what are you doing? What are you doing?" So I thought that was funny. And then Stephanie McMahon gets interviewed. She's so happy, all drinking a coffee. Talks about the state of the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, and then she's feeling like she's gonna get sick, so she runs to the bathroom. And then Paul Heyman comes up and talks about how Brock Lesnar conquered the undefeated streak of The Undertaker. Talks about what it would be like if Bray Wyatt, Alberto Del Rio, Randy Orton, or but not Sheamus. He doesn't want Sheamus became the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. And he says that but I'm gonna issue a spoiler that Cesaro will become the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion at Money in the Bank. So I thought that was good. Heath Slater versus Rusev with Lana. Rusev squashed him. It was nothing special. And then Triple H is backstage. He's outside the bathroom door because Stephanie's throwing up. And then Vicky Guerrero comes up with a brand new coffee. And Triple H wants Vicky Guerrero to go check up on her. She does, and then she gets vomited on, and the authority have to go to the hospital because Stephanie McMahon's sick, so Vicky Guerrero's in charge. Elizabeth like, ooh, you could use a shower. And then Vicky Guerrero screams because she's all pissed. And then Roman Reigns comes up to Vicky Guerrero and wants a spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match. In the Battle Royal for a chance to qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match, and Vicky Guerrero agrees. And I guess she's gonna get fired. I'm assuming she will. They think that she did something weird to her coffee, so if she doesn't get fired, then that would be pointless. Kevin Hart gets interviewed. He's talking about his new movie that's coming out. Then Adam Rose wants him to be a Rosebud, and he denies. And that was about it. And then we get Fandango and Layla versus Summer Rae and Adam Rose with Kevin Hart on commentary. The match ends when Adam Rose hits like a version of Dean Ambrose's Dirty Deeds headlock driver move on Fandango. And then afterwards he parties with Kevin Hart afterwards. It was, I guess, okay. And then we get the WWE World Heavyweight Championship qualifying match, ladder match, whatever it's called, but it's like the qualifying match to get into the WWE World Heavyweight Championship ladder match. It's the Battle Royal. This was a good Battle Royal. I liked it. You had guys in there like Xavier Woods, Bo Dallas was in there, Kofi Kingston, Ryback, Curtis Axel, Fandango, Jack Swagger, Santino Marella, Sin Cara, Roman Reigns, obviously, Big E, Rusev. So there were all those guys in there. Rusev eliminated a lot of people. Xavier Woods ended up, though, when he eliminated him, his head bounced off the steps, which was weird. And then unique ways, Ryback ended up eliminating guys like Kofi Kingston. Rob Van Dam, by the way, was in it, but he ended up eliminating a guy like Kofi Kingston, Dolph Ziggler. He was in there. The Lost Matadors were in it. Rusev eliminated them. That's Diego and Fernando, also known as Primo and Epico. That's about it. Roman Reigns made like this big comeback. He ended up giving Ryback and Curtis Axel a double spear. He Superman punched Fandango and eliminated him. Bad News Barrett and Bo Dallas teamed up on LVD, and he ended up getting eliminated by Bo Dallas when he went to do the monkey flip to Bad News Barrett. Roman Reigns eliminated both Curtis Axel and Ryback. Let me think. Big E. So then I'm just gonna get to the final four. It was down to final five. It was down to Big E, Bo Dallas, Rusev, and Bad News Barrett, and Big E, Bo Dallas, Rusev, Bad News Barrett, and Roman Reigns. And everybody was fighting. Bad News Barrett stabbed Bo Dallas in the back after he had helped him eliminate LVD, which stands for Rob Van Dam, and he went to eliminate by Bo Dallas hung on, and he tried to play pause him, so he tried to eliminate Roman Reigns. Well, after Roman Reigns, he eliminated Bad News Barrett, and then he eliminated Big E, and then Rusev punched Bo Dallas. Roman Reigns speared him, and he gets eliminated, so then it's down to Roman Reigns and Rusev. This was good. Rusev ends up hitting a heel kick on Roman Reigns. He splashes him in the corner, then Roman Reigns returns the favor, and then he gets Rusev over the top rope, and Roman Reigns hits a Superman punch, eliminates him, and qualifies for the Money in the Bank ladder match. So now there's only one spot left, and that spot's either going to go to John Cena or Kane, and I will get to later on in my review of who that went to. A little rant I want to make is, why didn't they put RVD in the match? There's so many guys that they could have put in the match. RVD was one of them. RVD is awesome in these Money in the Bank ladder matches. Why didn't you put him in the match? I think it would have been better. They should have one, I think, for the briefcase. I think RVD, just throw a briefcase match in this. Throw like guys like RVD, Bad News Barrett, Dolph Ziggler, Tyson Kidd, Sin Cara. Throw like those kind of guys in there, because it feels like the ladder match doesn't really have a lot of guys in it. If it was me, I would have booked it like this. I would not have had Del Rio qualify. I would have had OVD, Del Rio, and Ziggler in this triple threat match. OVD wins that, and yeah, I mean, why the hell did OVD get in the match? It's fucking stupid. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say there. I think John Cena gets interviewed. Shit. He acts like he's gonna flip off the Authority, but because he's going like this, listing ways on how they annoy him, and then he goes like he puts up the index finger instead of the middle finger. That was dumb. We got a fucking awful match between Cameron and Paige. It's fucking awful. Paige wins though with the submission move, which Cameron's such a shitty wrestler that she couldn't even do the hold. It took her some time to get her in the hold properly. Gold gets his interview. He talks about he's ready for his tag team partner. And then we get Ryback and Curtis Axel versus Goldust and Stardust. That's Cody Rhodes now is Stardust. I thought this was gay. I fucking hated it. I think Cody Rhodes, I don't know. This is a joke. I thought this was a joke, so I put my headphones in. I know Goldust and Stardust won. So every match they have, I'm gonna probably fucking put my headphones in. And then we get the final match, the main event, John Cena versus Kane, in a stretcher match. Winner qualifies for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship ladder match. I didn't really like this match. I think because I don't like stretcher matches. I never have. They're fucking gay. It's just a fucking gay match. You cross the line over the stretcher. That's gay. I don't fucking like that. So that probably what turned the match off. But Kane, I guess the match was alright. I guess Kane caught Cena off with a choke slam. There was just a big brawl. Kane DDT'd Cena on the steps. John Cena FU'd Kane through the announcer's table and tried to carry him over to the stretcher. He ended up getting him on there, and then Orton and Rollins came out. This brought the match up a little bit, and I think Orton gave an RKO to Cena, and Dean Ambrose came out, made the save. Kane chokeslammed him, and then John Cena fought off Kane, FU'd him on the stretcher, and won. That was predictable. I think that's why also I knew Cena was going to win this match. So now the Money in the Bank is set. The WWE World Heavyweight Championship ladder match. You have Alberto Del Rio, who should be replaced by RVD. I think they should do some sort of match where Del Rio will have to face RVD, and if he loses, RVD gets a spot. That would be awesome. You have Bray Wyatt, who deserves to be in it. Cesaro, which I think is awesome. Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, Sheamus, Cena. One more guy I'm missing. Who am I missing? Is that Bray Wyatt, Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose? No, it's not Dean Ambrose. I think I got everybody. You can look it up online. I'll know it later. But that was Raw this week. To be honest with you, I thought this was an average show. I think it was going good until the last 3 matches. They just brought me expectations down for the show. It made the show worse. I did not like the Divas match. I hated the Goldust Stardust. That's fucking dumb. And the stretcher match. That really brought my thing down for Raw. But I did like the stuff they did with the Roman Reigns situation. How he ended up getting in the Money in the Bank, outsmarting the Authority. And I did like the match between that was a flaw too, at the end of that off a disqualification though. But I did like the matches between Dolphin, Rollins, and Ambrose and Barrett. But yeah, the squash match also though, I don't know, but it was just an average show though, because then you have the Rusev squash and Heath Slater thing, and then you have the Fandango and Kevin Hart stuff going on. So I don't know, it just felt like an average show. But that's my thoughts on Raw this week. I hope you guys enjoyed the show though, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. I'm going to bed, so just click on all the links down below, vote for my poll. I'll post it on Wednesday. So that's pretty much it, guys. Peace.